This is gonna be a short video because there's really not much that you can explain on a channel strip, especially the SSL one, because we've had this for ages and they are all the same. Now I'm going to explain what little is new in this one and why I prefer to use it instead of the old ones who are supposedly more CPU efficient. Not saying that this is not efficient, actually this is just as fast as a stock plugin. First in the chain are the high pass and low pass filters, and these are just enough to create a radio type of sound. Now the main difference between this modern channel and the E channel, which is the traditional one we all know about, is this dip that's created at the beginning of the high shelving filters. If we switch over to channel E, we will see that we have the traditional SSL curve that has no dip. It's just a matter of sound. One thing is important to notice is that in the default position, these 4 bands are just enough to cover the full spectrum. Now if we switch to E, we notice that the curves are not as expansive and it's a more conservative type of filtering. And the filters on their own don't reach as high as the ultimate model. This is something that CLA complains about in his console. If we switch over to channel E with the low shelf filter, we will notice the dip and how it goes away when we select E. It's just about the same for both sides. The channel strip is very transparent even though the compressor is engaged by default. Now it's not going to act on the spectrum or the sound at all unless you move threshold until you get signal here. This is a traditional BCA compressor with 2 attack settings, fixed attack settings. One is fast, one is slow, and a variable release time. It behaves just about like any BCA, transparent, fast. And it also has some sort of gain compensation, auto gain compensation that only kicks in after you move the threshold to a certain point, which I find useful. Even though I have the complaint that the output volume needs to be under the mouse pointer at all times so you can control it with the mouse wheel. That's my complaint about this proing, and everything else is just happy faces.